back to M's the Word. Today we're asking two questions that touch almost every home. First, how do you manage your money? And just as importantly, how do you and your partner do it together? Money is still the number one cause of relationship stress. In fact, research shows 1 in 5 couples argue about money every week. So how do we set ourselves up for success, not stress? Then in part 2, we're shifting into something we all secretly struggle with, mobile phone addiction. Over Christmas, Brits check their phones on average every 12 minutes. And more than half of us admit our screen time gets in the way of family connection. So how do we reclaim our time, our focus, and our festive memories? 2 conversations that will definitely get you thinking. Let's get into it. We're starting today with a topic that sparks arguments in nearly every household, and that is money management. Quick fire question to get us started. How do you manage your money?
Well, we have a joint pot, a pot that's mine, a pot that's his, and that's how our household manages money now. It's not how we always manage money, but it's working for us now. We nailed it. But yeah, that seems to be the best way for us.
Who manages it? You both together, one of you?
It was quite a journey really, but we made a point of coming together basically through getting it very wrong.
Okay.
And having arguments or having just a very, uncohesive relationship with money. And then we came together. So I'd say we have ownership over it together. I do the actual sending it from different pots to different pots because I like that kind of thing. But it's not that he has nothing to do with that or no understanding of it. We agreed it together. I just do the pushing from pot to pot.
Okay.
So yeah, we have very similar to you, Jem, where we have one pot, everything goes in, but I don't necessarily know what goes on in that pot up until recently. As in, I kind of have an idea, but I don't know, I just go around tapping it and hoping it goes sweet.
Wow. Do your wages get paid into that pot?
No, so we still have our old accounts.
Right.
So we have a joint account where it's all the bills and we'll all put in a percentage, if you like, and I have other pots, so I kind of allocate. But then if everything's done on the joint account, if we need to move money over, I don't know. And if I get to the end of the month, we'll be like, oh, so I'll just hope that
you did blows my mind. Really?
Wow.
And your percentage you would put in, is it the same as each other? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your percentage the same as each other?
It's pre-agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our money, even if it's not, is in some form of joint pots anyway. So either it's joint account, savings pot, we have access. You can't really get around anything because it's all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said, by the way, just then, I thought you said pure greed. And I was like,
agreed.
Pure greed? I mean, why did no one react to that? Like, what do you mean, pure greed?
Do you want me to
like,
say it
this is
again?
pure. No. I just thought, pure greed, okay.
Yeah, I
Apparently
take
that's
the
normal.
majority.
What about you, Shell?
Well, obviously I'm managing the pot, there is only one pot now.
What about
but before that, we the same concept. So yeah, we both had our own accounts and then filtered into a joint account.
Yeah.
But the amount of money that we put in that account was not even. And I don't think that was the right way to do it, I have to say, over time, because the legacy of it is that my childcare bill used to be a lot higher than my mortgage. So he would put more in the household account. I would pay the childcare bill using my tax-free childcare account.
Yeah.
So and then I would pay things like the house insurance, the holidays, all the children's clothes, all the food shop. So I was paying a lot more through my personal account, way more than was going into this account. But somehow that imbalance didn't work, and I think what it actually led to was a feeling of resentment between the pair of us. Yeah, because then it'd be, well, I'm paying for the house, well, I'm paying for the holidays, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
And it didn't ever quite gel. And then what I now know is he felt quite disempowered by that and almost emasculated, because when we came to the point of separation, he said, I don't even know anything. I don't know anything about the finances.
Yeah.
And even though, ironically, the joint account, I was never able to access because of a banking issue, a long-standing banking issue that I just couldn't get resolved. But somehow he felt aggrieved at the end of it that he had paid this money in and I'd paid less. But I'd paid lots more over here.
It was less
unseen
provable.
almost.
Yes.
And even though I'd bought some really big things like our whole extension, I paid for that myself, and all these other things, it just didn't work. You know, so
That's so interesting.
I think going forward, I'd definitely recommend, you know, one account, 50-50, both control it, both, you know, because it just removes any issues. But the problem, I guess, comes if one of you earns significantly more than the other, then should you pay in the same, or should that be more of a
It's not
percentage
always
wise?
about paying in the same though, is it? It's about what is a joint expense, because this is what we had a similar thing where, you know, I was earning a certain amount and it wasn't as much as him at the time. I was part-time, I just had our eldest, and he's got his money and I've got mine. And as much as the mortgage was being paid sort of together, and the bills, all that other stuff, I'd be spending out every time I took my son out, or any kind of childcare or anything like that. And then I was left with very little or nothing in the end, having to go, can I have some money, please? He's got more money than me anyway because he's earning more. Yeah. He's got savings. I'm in debt.
Yeah, it's got the potential to earn more because he can work while you're
at this point in our life, this isn't now, this was a while back, at this point in our life, and he would even say this, you know, he's working, building a business at the time, and to do that, you need to have somebody at home doing the other stuff, right? So although I was working, it was very much part-time. And that was the together feeling, but the money didn't feel together. I felt like I was never had any money and was always like, can I have some money, please? Plus I had credit card debt, and he was saving. And then it was like an epiphany. Let's call it an epiphany moment. And he was kind of like, your debt is my debt at the end of the day, even though it's in my name, because this whole house only works when we're doing this together. And the business, his business and my business, works when we're doing it together. So then we came up with an idea of what is a joint outgoings, and it's literally anything to do with the house or the children. If it's to do with like me personally, it's mine. If it's to do with him personally, it's him. And then that became everything that will come out of the joint account. And we worked out at the time, you know, how much he could put in and how much I could put in to make sure that was all covered. As my career has grown, that's become more even, which is really satisfying for me, but also takes the pressure off him, because we know that what's covered from everything that's a joint. And that has really worked for us.
Yeah. Because any of you, the way I manage my money is evolving as we speak, but I have for many, many years, and still do, have a money spreadsheet. Do you have a money spreadsheet? Obviously, Jade, I'm expecting you to say no.
I had to create one to create this.
Yeah.
I do not look at it. I know you look at it really regularly. We only look at it when there's maybe like a few months have gone by. Maybe there's a time of change. Again, like, you know, maybe my money's gone up and we have a little shift around, or then we don't have to pay nursery bills anymore. That's a big shift. So we only look at it. We only look at it when there's kind of a significant change.
Okay. So we run our money through a money spreadsheet that I created, I manage, but I have John's perspective once it's all done, and it can take hours to update if we've had a particularly busy week or there's been a holiday booked or something big has happened. And what I'm now trying to do is this 50-30-20 rule. Have you heard of this?
No.
Yeah. So you look at your net income, and you assume that 50% goes towards your needs, and you work out, okay, is the reason we're left with no money a month, if that is the case, because our needs are higher, and with the cost of living being the way it is, that's very likely that could happen for many, many households. 50% looks more like 60 or 70, which is why you shouldn't feel bad. It's not you, it's the economy. 30% would ideally be for your wants, subscriptions, gym memberships, eating out, presents, gifts, Christmas. And then the 20% would ideally be for investments. So investing for your future self. So it's something that we've adopted that's really interesting. And I'm like measuring the percentages each month. So we definitely take it to that next level. But that's how I'm going to change my relationship with money. I say this all the time, but we build a relationship with money from the age of 7. We know this. And I really want to change some of my habits, because I don't understand how I spend everything I have all the time. And I think no matter how much that grows, that habit won't change unless I look at it. Like, what is that? What am I spending my money on? And it is really fascinating. Most of mine at the moment is eating out. Food bill's gone up enormously. I don't know if you've had this. And gifts, like I spend a lot on people's presents, and I'm like, cards have gone up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really makes you notice your behaviours, and you have to ask yourself, can I pull that back? Do I want to? Or do I need to earn more instead? Anyway, let's talk about couples. So we've obviously touched on this already, after where you put everything together, you split everything or do a mix. A recent YouGov survey found that 43% of UK couples keep at least some finances separate, and almost 1 in 5 argue about money weekly. So what model works best, and why do you think couples struggle to agree with money? So I think money is very emotive, isn't it? And I think when we talk about childcare coming into it, I do this, you do that, I think it can be really tricky. What are your thoughts?
I think it's interesting because out of all the clients that we deal with, normally one person takes the lead on the money, don't they? I don't ever have a couple that come to me and say, we're here jointly to listen to everything you're going to say together, and we're going to hold each other's hand through the whole process. So I think you're going to get a natural leader with money in the same way that you get a natural leader with other aspects of life, you know. So, and I often find it's the women, actually. I think, and I don't know if that's because of the branding around our female-led brand, but it tends to be the women that do manage the money is how I find it. But as I say, I think it's better to have that total transparency and openness about money. I think I speak very openly about money, about what I earn, tell my children about it. I'm not shy about that, because I think there's a lot of stigma attached, probably from the older generations, you know, like, so it was coming down from our parents where it was taboo to speak about money. And I think that's our role now, is to kind of lift the lid off that and really open it up and say, right, you know, these are joint costs, our home, our children. This is our life that we're building together, and we need to understand it and do it in a fair and transparent way.
Yes, if there was a studio audience here, I think they'd be clapping you right now, because it is so true. And I think a lot of that hidden agenda when it came to money was because of the gender pay gap as well. It suited corporations for us to not talk about money, to be ashamed if we share, because of course if we did share, we would have addressed this a lot sooner, I like to think.
And I think you're absolutely right. I think money can be but to talk about money in a couple can be really hard depending on your relationship with money. So I think you have to come at it with an open, communicative style, be very, very soft. Like, come at it with, I'm not judging you, I'm not blaming anybody for anything. We are just got to really look at what is real here and what can we do, and be proactive and be willing to have those almost like a business meetings about your money regularly. And I mean, something that I just think is so important is that, like you say, the transparency, being able to speak openly, take away any guilt or any issues that have been, you know, being open with all of that and being able to address these things together, for sure.
We're in a really good stage at the moment where it's almost become entertaining that I'm now more aware of the finances, guys, and just saying no now. And it's almost like we're challenging ourselves on how to save. So we used to do our shop online, just get it delivered, tap, tap, tap. And I just noticed that this thing is just keep coming up. So we were like, right, let's try going into Aldi, let's try it. And it's almost exciting. He will do the shop, because obviously I do like the fun aisle, so I'm not allowed in their shop. So he does the shop, and then he'll come and be like, I've saved £20. And it's like, oh my God.
That's really working together.
Like, oh, you know, and then I will go and do another form of shop and be like, I've saved £5. Leave it. So it's almost like made it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give you a scenario then. So we've got Emma, 35, a teacher, and Dan, 37, a sales manager, have been together for 10 years. Emma wants to pool their money. We're a team. It should all go in one pot. Dan insists on keeping things separate. I work hard for my commission and I want control of it. They've compromised with a joint account for bills, but Emma feels Dan's hiding things, while Dan feels Emma's just checking up on him. They argue about money every single month.
I'm about
What do
to
we
slap
think?
the table here. What I hated about that was I work hard for my commission. Oh, that's making my blood boil. Because as a householder unit, presumably, whether Emma works or not,
She's a teacher.
oh yeah, she is, sorry. Clearly wasn't listening fully, but whether Emma, like what Emma's situation is, it's annoying me, because it's not about, like, this is what I think is an argument for a lot of couples. Tangible is this paycheck that can be brought in. I earn this money, so presumably he's earning a bit more than her because he can say a comment like
Sales
that.
manager. Yeah.
However, in order to run that house, in order for him to be the sales manager Emma is pulling her weight in whatever way. But unfortunately, some of her work won't be tangible, will it? And so it's assumed because he's presumably earning more than her, he's working harder, he deserves that commission more. And I'm like, no, you do not, because this is a team. And the openness, also, what's he hiding? He's definitely hiding something. Sorry, Emma.
There's so many red flags with that, isn't it?
Well, one of the questions was, what red flags do you see?
Well, it's just too many, actually.
Yeah.
So it's very loaded, the way that's written, I think. I think it reads as though he is not just trying to take control of the money, but he wants to be in control. And, are you in a relationship or not? Are you part of a team or not?
People like this. Some of my friends are like this. And some of my friends don't have a clue what their partner earns.
What?
They just have a clue. They don't know what they earn. They don't know what they're left with. They get excited if they get to go on holiday, or if something's happening in the house, if presumably they can afford it, because they don't know.
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
not the
more.
problem. It's the attitude behind it. I work hard for this, so I'm keeping it here.
She worked
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, we've just got a quote here. Remember, this is Emma that's wrote in. I'm just going to defend her here.
Sorry,
because
Emma.
Emma's wrote in.
We're worried about you, darling.
We always know when one person writes in, you're only going to get it from their lens. So her lens is like he works. But I know people like this. And I also know people that work hard for their commission. I'm going to quote it. Stay calm. They want control of it because maybe their other half isn't, in their perception, working as hard to contribute. And why should they therefore fund the contribution when they're working harder?
Contribute monetary or as a whole house run?
Well, I don't think they have children in this scenario. So there is no house. There's two people working. They've chosen one career. They've chosen another. They're earning more. He wants to keep more. Because he's chosen a career path.
I don't have an issue with the man keeping more. That's not the issue that I have. But let's be open about
to hide
it.
things.
Yeah, why does she got to know?
with that?
Keeping more. Why is he keeping more? Because I also think, is it a bit deeper, as in, do you not trust her then with your money? So then if you don't trust her, you're not in the right relationship.
I agree with the concept. If you've earned it, it should be yours. I do agree with that. But equally, you've got to serve that. You've got to serve the home as well. So you make the home function. Why not be transparent about it? What are you hiding? Because if you're hiding your money, what else are you hiding in the background?
About the bit that you're squirreling away.
So that's absolutely fine. Just you want to make some savings and plan for something else that may or may not be part of what I'm doing. That's fine. But
so I feel like what you don't like is what I'm hearing is the control. I want
the control and secrecy.
The secrecy.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
It did change for me when you took the kids out, as in, I created a household in my head that included children. And then when you took them out, I suddenly became a little less seething and was like, well, you've still got to talk about it, guys, because, it
is. Because why wouldn't you? It's a part of everyday life. If you can't talk about the money that you're bringing into the home and what you can put on the table, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't, because what else you're hiding?
I know so many people, really close people, that do it very separate.
Yeah,
It blows my mind. And they've got kids and it's just so shocking. However, for me, I think it goes deeper, as in, if I've chosen to be my person, I'm all in. There's nothing I'm going to hide for you, and I need that same expectations out of you.
Yeah.
So we're together, kids or not, we're all in.
Yeah, that's how I am, I think. Yeah.
She's giving her a heart. No, but it's true. It is true. But there are more. I think the new generation is more independently minded, and they're very much like, this is my assets, these are mine. We're coming together, but this is still mine.
Yeah, and I get that, because I have essences of that. But I was actually going to say this sort of kind of smacks of the older generation, where it's almost like the man, the provider. I provide, and you just
because I wouldn't have a problem.
Get on with it. She's a teacher.
I wouldn't have a problem if either Emma or Dan had their own savings, for example. Like even, some places advise you to have like an emergency fund, a runaway fund.
I always had a runaway fund.
But not secret necessarily. Like what if they both were agreeing, okay, in order to run this house, this is what we need, cool. You earn X amount more than me, so that's fine. I've got my savings here, he's got his savings here, that's fine. It's the secrecy.
Yeah. I think, so if we had Emma and Dan here, they argue every single month because there's a lot that's being unsaid. I mean, look how much emotion is here. We don't even know Emma and Dan. It's not even our money. Imagine if it was. That's why people argue, because it's part of them and their belief system and everything. So they need to talk about it, have that tough
They need
tough
to have
They do,
conversation.
and I think it's understanding what they want to know. Because if I knew my partner earned more than me and had all this commission, I wouldn't be expecting him to report into me every week and tell me how much he earned that month.
No.
You know, so what is the expectation on him? Why does he feel like he can't share that as well?
No, that's very true.
Because
But maybe, look, she's a teacher and I don't know Emma, but maybe he feels she's checking up on him. I know my husband has said to me in the past that I come across like an auditor when I'm doing our accounts. And I'm like,
bet you do.
Sorry, excuse me, John, what was this £10.38 spent on the 28th of the month at this shop? And he's like, well, I bought a coffee and a sandwich. Sorry. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to get you. I just want to know for the spreadsheet. And he's like, I'm sorry, I will let you know next time. So he doesn't like the auditing and the feeling of like, well, I don't want to tell you what I bought.
That's why I like
It's
having my
money.
own spending money,
Yeah,
because I
it's a
don't
coffee
want
shop.
to answer. Because if I've got an allocated amount each month that's mine and my husband can say nothing about it because it's my private stuff, I don't want to have to answer or say
No, I
anything
get
about it or ask for anything. It's like it's either in there or it isn't. And I'll spend it on.
so it's definitely
Whatever.
some boundary issues here, isn't it?
Definitely. Okay, so how do we make money less of a battleground? So some suggestions is set bills, saving and investments to leave your account before you even see it.
I think
Let's give them some practical
there's
advice.
some real talk here about boundaries, isn't there?
Yeah.
So what are the red flags? You know, what are the pain points here why do we need to talk about money so frequently if that's becoming every week? Actually, what are the points that you need to know and why do you need to know them so they both understand each other's position? And actually, what is my free pot? You know, because no one should be trying to control the other person
No,
in
control
any
is the
way.
big
You know, you
word.
should just be saying, okay, that's all the stuff we've got to pay for, like you say. That's it. The rest. This is my fun money. I do what I want, you know. So
Thrash it out, basically.
I think communicate
with someone, I would say, third party there.
Well, I don't know, but I think you've got,
really?
we're all, you know, if you're going to be a big old adult in this world, you might need to learn to talk to your partner. Not being funny.
Well, I just wanted to put you there, Jem, really. So it's just Dan, Emma and Gemma.
But I think communicate again, and then
Keep
I think
communicating.
work out what's the fear. There's always going to be a fear behind it. Why does Dan feel he's going to get his money taken? Why does what's Emma fearful of? There's a lot to unpack, but it doesn't. The first bit will be hard, and then it could just become
Easier from there.
I think they've got to go deeper.
Maybe couples therapy.
That's when they can have the
That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is a money issue. There's a thing about control and boundaries here. I think that's actually the issue.
And that's a healthy exercise. I don't believe that should only be saved for really disastrous scenario. Okay, I think we're nearly up on time. So the last question from me is you get £5,000 tomorrow, no strings attached. Yay. Do you spend it, save it or split it? Let's see what your money management is bringing up.
I've run this scenario, but it had millions in it, and 3 million.
5 million, yeah.
5 million. 3 million. Oh, I'll go back to that. 3,000 in a together thing.
Yeah.
1,000 for me, 1,000 for him.
Nice.
And we don't have to ask each other what the other wants to do with it. I won't judge it. He can't judge me. I'll do what I like.
Okay.
But there's 3,000 for us.
Jade?
So for some savings, some for a joint holiday.
Nice.
Yeah, all I heard was holiday. So that was it.
My husband would be so proud of me with this answer. I put it into an investment. I put it into our stock and shares. That's only because I'm going on holiday next month already. Okay, right, let's go into segment 2. And this is going to be uncomfortable, okay, because we're going to be talking now about mobile phone addiction. So join us after the break where we're going to dive into how many hours we spend on our phone and how we can keep off of them for Christmas. Welcome back, and we are going straight into our second topic, which is mobile phone addiction. And did you know that over Christmas, each of us are likely to look at our phones every 12 minutes? Mobile phone addiction is real, and we're going to dive into it right now. So quick honesty check. Get your mobiles out. What was your screen time yesterday? Is anyone brave enough to share? Has someone got my phone? I'm probably the worst one out of everybody.
Right.
Okay, I've got to
only
remember
just
how you
worked
find
out how
it.
to do this.
Yeah, only because I had a practice off screen.
Can you remind me?
Mine was.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
going to
flip
show
up.
off. There is. Mine wasn't too bad yesterday. I don't think it was 2.5 hours
Yesterday.
yesterday total. Yeah, so I'm going to shelf a little bit of that.
I don't know what you guys
That's not
do.
my average.
Sorry, how do you get to yesterday, please? Help me. Oh, it's fine. I've got it. I worked it out. Oh, I am modern. How long?
2 hours and 26 minutes in total.
2 hours 24.
Oh, God. Okay, good. 6 hours 57.
11 hours 39. What was I doing?
Right, well, let's dive into it.
This was a weekend day, guys.
This was a Sunday.
It was,
okay.
yeah, it was
No,
a
but I
Sunday.
had a productive Sunday. I did our car insurance, home insurance, cards order for October and November. I have an excuse.
I booked a holiday and
There you go.
Did you go on that holiday? Like, was it a virtual holiday?
I played music all day.
Played music.
And
okay.
I did that thing where I was like half watching a film and half playing like Tetris or something like that on my phone, you know.
That's
so
exactly what we're talking
I know,
about, is
I
the
know.
addiction. Okay, well, as I said just now, average Brit checks their phone every 12 minutes, and research from Ofcom shows over half of parents say screens get in the way of family time at Christmas. On the Huberman Lab podcast, I want to sit on this just to keep it outside, so I can feel it pulling me in already, just sitting there. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explained that constant phone checking creates dopamine loops. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Literally the same brain patterns as gambling.
And those like arcade machines. It's what, it's that looping.
Probably what our kids do in gaming as well. So is phone use an addiction, or is it just modern life?
I think it's an illusion.
Yeah, I do.
I think it's a bit of both, but I also think I'm in denial.
Yeah,
I think
well, it is modern life
when
as
you say
well.
modern life, so I use my phone for work, and obviously I need to do that, especially sitting next to the boss. So I need my phone for work, and then any kind of, like you say, insurance. You very rarely jump on your screen for that. You use your phone.
Yeah.
I do my online shopping on my phone. So yes, there's life in it, but I 100% check it much more than I need to. And what I do is actually remove it from the room. I go and put it upstairs, for example, and I'll be downstairs and I'm fine because it's not there. But the minute it's there, like you just said, it pulls me in. And if I see something, I can't unsee it. So even like if we go on holiday, I put it on flight mode so I can use it for photos, but I don't want to know.
So you've created some boundaries.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm still working on it because it doesn't always
2
work.
hours is pretty good for a Sunday sitting next to us too. So Shelley, let's come to you then, because you obviously used it a lot. So you said you were watching a film while playing Tetris.
Yeah, no, I think I do use my phone for a lot of things. So most days I'll get up and do a workout on my phone. I'll listen to music all day on the phone.
Yeah.
And then I'm obviously messaging people. I am a bit of a doom scroller, that just happens. And I went through a phase where I wasn't. I was doing quite well with that, but I'm back in it again. I'm learning a bit, on TikTok and, things like that. I just can't.
The dopamine keeps you awake, right?
It does. And you know that you need to stop it, but you're like, oh, just another one. Oh, and after this one I'll stop. And then you've wasted another half an hour. So yeah, it does happen. It's something that I am working on. But I think I just saw this. This is why I keep looking at it. On Tuesday, somehow, I was on my phone for 19 hours and 20 minutes.
How?
It must be the music. It must just be
what's
happened, So it's
6 hours on social.
if that's not true,
3 hours of
then none of it's true. So then I'm absolutely fine. I don't have any
Then
sort
just
of
check
addiction.
out of all of
How
the
are there
stats.
even that many hours in the day?
that's
Like, what were you doing?
Look, it says I've used my clock for 7 hours, 16
that
minutes. I
doesn't
mean, what's
count.
going on? Did I have some sort of...
Maybe you had a stopwatch on that
Yeah,
day.
maybe.
You must
So,
have
yeah, I
been
don't know
running
what's
something in the
happened.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah, and actually, TikTok, 38 minutes, so it's not as bad as I thought.
No, okay, that's all right.
So I don't know. So maybe that's an anomaly, that one. But yeah.
No, they're only like 10 seconds long.
I
those
know,
videos.
I know,
Yeah, so that's
I know.
still quite a lot
So
of
it is a
time,
problem.
yeah.
But what I'll tell you is about single life is that you do tend to be on your phone a bit more.
Sure.
So because obviously you've not
Dating
got anybody there.
texts. I mean, I'm
No,
not
I had to
single,
uninstall
so I'm just looking.
On a serious note, I suppose, is it because there's not another adult necessary to talk to that you
Yeah, because if you want to talk to somebody, you have to go out. There's no one in, is
That's
there?
a very good point.
So you are on
That's
it more.
okay then.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
can,
thank
your
you.
phone's malfunctioning and there's an emotional
None of that's
reason.
real, and
Yeah.
you have to reach out to other
You
adults.
do, you do.
Yeah. Jade.
I mean, I could be born in the 60s, get rid of the thing. I've got
Really?
I was like, take it, I don't want it.
You don't get the dopamine hit from it?
No, like general people say like they have to check their Instagram, like I don't get swarmed in, like none of that. Like I will doom scroll, I will allocate some time to that, but I don't need it. And then I always get really annoyed with myself. There was a period where I was on it a lot in the evening, I've just wasted half an hour that I could have been productive. I could have done something. So now if I'm watching a programme, I won't try and have my phone near me. I've started to make sure my hands are occupied. So like I'll crochet or...
Okay, so you've recognised.
So are busy or eating, you know.
Yeah.
But there's something in my hands because that will stop me grabbing things. And then I'll try before bed, put my alarm because then it is my alarm and I'll read.
So that's good. That's good. So some good habits.
Be more Jade.
Right, let's give you a scenario coming back to Christmas. Now, I don't think any of us have teenagers around this table, but I have a 12-year-old, so I'm going to represent the teen mums here today.
I've got a twin.
Let me share a scenario. So Claire, 42, a mum of 2 teens, says she dreads Christmas because everyone is glued to their phones. Last year, she sat down for Christmas dinner and within minutes, her kids were on Snapchat, her husband was checking football scores, and she found herself scrolling Instagram. She said, we were in the same room, but completely disconnected. This year, she wants a no phones Christmas day, but her family thinks she's being totally over the top. What do we think? Is a no phones day extreme? Is it exactly what families need? And should parents set the tone?
I think that's brilliant. And I think, or even if it doesn't have to be a day, but, you know, could you, if you need your phone for any particular reason, here we go, we've got an hour here, an hour later, no more phones. And the reason I say that, although I haven't got a teen, when we go glamping, we're not quite hardcore enough for camping, but we like to go glamping. 2 tween boys, that my son and his friend, they both love, despite the fact that they're always gaming, they always want to be on their tablets, they want screens, the fact that you take it away and you force it away, they love that, and they've even admitted to that. So I think if you were to put the boundary and be like, no, at Christmas time, go on it for, you can be on it for this hour, then it's going in your room, we're all together, check it later. I mean, everyone's with their families at Christmas. What are you doing? Yeah. Why do you need to be
looking at everybody else having their Christmas is stupid.
Spend time for that. Like, you do not need to be doing that. I think I will from now on, my kids don't have phones, but when they do, I will not have phones at Christmas.
Yeah, it is. Well, would you last a whole day without your phone?
100%, yeah, on Christmas Day, for sure.
On Christmas Day?
I do like, me and the girls always like to text each other little glass of champagne type photos.
On Christmas Day, and then I feel really tall.
I wouldn't feel weird about if I text, so I quite like the idea of doing a bit in the morning, a bit in the evening, but if I've texted someone on Christmas Day, I don't expect them to text me back that day, maybe within the next 48 hours, but they're busy, like, surely. Yeah. So I would definitely want I would want some time, but I think clear it away for sure.
No phones day is not extreme, exactly what families need, and she should set the tone. Teenagers are saying that they think it's unfair to expect teenagers to switch off, as in we don't understand they're growing up with phones. It's weird. I watch my daughter often, and I honestly believe it kind of does something to her whole aura, and I think it does it to mine too. And I feel the kids are reflecting back to me my frustration at myself. So sometimes I'll really get cross at the screen time, particularly, you know, because she's entering the world of social media, and I'm like, you're not having that app, you're not having that. And it's because I don't want her being sucked in the same way that I am, comparing to other people. Suddenly, you know, you're having a nice time, but then someone else looks like they're having a better time. And I think my frustrations with my own behaviours with my phone comes out in my parenting now in the teen world. So it's a challenge for the adults as well. You know, the mums and dads have to do it too, in my opinion. If you're going to make your kids do it, it's not fair for the mums and dads to be on theirs checking football scores or what have you.
How can you possibly be mindfully in the moment and, you know, actually there with each other when your brain is reaching out externally to another household or even in another country in some places? Like, it's the complete opposite of mindfulness. There is a place for it. And it is nice to message your friends and say, Happy Christmas, have a great day. Or, you know, if someone's got something, I want to share the photo of that. But it doesn't need to be instant, and it also is the complete opposite of mindfulness in that moment. So it's got to be balanced, surely.
I do think though for some teens, the parents are cooking dinner. There is that lull period in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but but shouldn't they then be coming in? Anything I can do to help, or
I know. I'm just
this
seeing
is the
it
time
from their
you lose, isn't it? When they would have got a deck of cards out and played a game, or done something with granddad or brother, or you know, or gone for a walk, and you know,
I'm not a teenage mum, but some teenagers get phones for Christmas.
Well, exactly. So they're setting up their phone. No, you're so right. And also photos. I'm a photo person. I like taking photos of the table set and the
Do you think
crackers and
photos are
taking videos of their reaction. And you've got your phone and it's there.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
I think a whole day would be very extreme, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? For all of these reasons.
it's a
Yeah,
day.
definitely. I have pockets where I'm like, right, that's it, off devices now. We're coming together, Christmas or not,
Exactly. We're coming together. I think recognising that mum and dad are doing it, not to say you can't have your phone because I'm the big angry like Grinch of Christmas phones, but because you're saying, I want us, you're going to thank me for this. Like, you'll thank
you're
me
gonna
when
be
you're older.
happier.
We will all be better off and we'll all play together and let's get, a good card game. Who doesn't love a card game?
I love games.
Get us a game out. We're all together. We'll all put it away for this time. I just think, for the greater good.
So who has a phone basket? Does anyone have a visual where they collect the phones? So some people do phone baskets at meal times.
The kids don't have phones yet, so that's all probably stuff to come.
I think I will do that though.
Yeah, I like the idea of the basket. Just something visual that when it comes out, everyone knows,
And that happens at school, doesn't it?
the basket
That's what they do at school, don't they?
yes,
Something
I think
like
so,
that,
yeah. With lockers, probably.
Primary school.
Okay, so if your phone could only keep 3 apps, just 3, which would you keep? Who wants to go first?
I can go, Gus. Photos or camera, whatever.
Yeah.
Is a telephone, is that one of the apps, or are we allowed to call people as well?
Yeah, what's default?
Yeah. I mean, no, that's not an app. That's not ringing people. WhatsApp is an app.
In general, true. Just give me my photos. You can get rid of the whole thing.
Oh.
But you are the biggest voice noter I know. You love voice notes.
Saleka? You really good to hear phone.
Really?
Other than my photos, my memories. And as long as I know where people are at. Because
Wow, okay.
I'm on maps, because I do use it for maps.
Oh, that's a
So I will take it to 2.
Okay.
Wow.
What 3 do you want?
Wow.
What 5? You can have an extra 4.
Well, definitely, I would have to keep WhatsApp because I like to keep, in touch with people. I'd be lost without maps. Yeah, seriously, actually. Although, if it came down to it, you could have a separate. What are they called? Sat-nav. couldn't you?
there's sat-navs in your car.
Okay. So I could probably work around that one.
Yeah.
So I'm probably I'll keep a bit of TikTok in of some kind. Just because I like the light relief of it.
It is fun.
Yeah, and another one. Well, the whole social media thing, right? You get sucked into it, don't you?
Yeah.
And this whole comparison sort of thing that we do. But my friend has never had it, ever. She's older than me.
Never had it.
No. I know, dumbfounded, right?
Wow.
So she's just like, she says she loves it. She said, I don't know anything that's going on in anyone's life. So
she's
whenever I
genuinely
meet with them,
interested.
I want to talk to them. So she says she's definitely missing stuff, but she's okay with that. She's like, that's absolutely fine. If people want me there, then invite me. And even sometimes I've forgotten to invite her because I do it through the apps. Not because she's not thought about. It's just that I'm literally going through my friends list and going, yes. But yeah,
Is it Auntie Clara?
No, it's Auntie Clara.
She's just perfect to me.
I don't get the compare thing. It's someone else's life. Why are you comparing? So I don't get that concept.
I don't think.
it is a different
I think you
trait.
sort of think. What I do anyway. I sort of think, oh, that's good. I want to do that. I want to do that. So
Yeah, I get
I'm never
inspired.
looking at it going,
Inspired.
oh, I wish, oh, poor me, like any of that. But I definitely get inspiration from.
Yeah,
from
I'm
you.
not
So
going to
I
lie
would
and say I don't have that sometimes. I feel that's a personality trait that I have. My daughter picks up on, and I see it in her. So I'm trying to manage it for both of us,
Yeah.
But it's better. Let's come to you, and then I'll answer my apps.
I'm going to say definitely photos. WhatsApp, yes. So that's 2. I know that's 2.
Got 1 left.
If I didn't have to use social media for work, I could probably go without it, but I do use it for work. I do enjoy it, so I'm going to keep Instagram. But P.S. I'd also like banking and emails. But I'll keep that. I could do that on a laptop.
It's the practical stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because I'm just thinking about when you go through an airport and you've got your boarding pass in your wallet.
in your
That's
Apple
really
Wallet.
practical.
I just feel like my world blend so much with what I need for work and what I do socially.
Yeah.
It's not very defined of that is work life, that is social life. So I feel like it makes it hard to
Cards though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's probably
I did
more
live
the
many
relationship with
years without
social
that. We
media.
all lived many years without having our wallet on our phone, didn't we?
I love it. I just don't.
Old enough to.
Yeah. Jade, wow. It's so, I love it.
What's yours?
I would definitely have WhatsApp,
Yeah.
camera. Yes, I'm big on camera. And my notes app. My life is in my notes app. Like
Mine too.
my to-do list, my diary, random entries. Jack's whole life for first year is in there, split into weeks. Like I'm just,
Yeah, no, you're right.
my notes app is like my dear diary.
What about ChatGPT?
Oh no!
There's so many.
Yeah, but we did survive.
No,
It was life before.
Yeah, but
it's
not
so much
anymore,
better now,
Gemma.
isn't it?
It's so much better.
No,
No,
if you've
I
got
abstract notes. I'm bringing in ChatGPT. Forget the notes. Or do I need WhatsApp? I might just chat. No, I'm joking. ChatGPT replaces notes. I'll do diary in my head. Or pen and paper.
I don't need memories. I just need AI.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us for this month's M's the Word, where we've talked about money management and your mobile phone addiction. Please let us know if anything resonated with you, and we want to hear from you ready for next month's episode, where we're going to be talking about marriage and moving on, as well as manifesting and mood boards. Please comment if you're watching the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, help us spread the word, because when women talk, magic happens and the world listens. Thank you so much for joining.